What's up, guys? Tech92 here at Beats Clan Live, bringing you my recap and reaction to the Xbox press conference today at E3. Today is June 10th, 2013. My bad, I almost mixed the days, the year, and the day up. All right, so they open up with a trailer for a game that I'm currently forgetting because I don't really care for it. Uh, let's see. And as they're talking, they get more into detail about some of their games and stuff. But before they start all this, they start talking. The main dude of Microsoft comes out, and then he introduces the other guy, the darker skin looking dude, and he starts talking about the new Xbox 360. And I'm just like, what do you mean the new Xbox 360? What are you talking about? And he's like, we're basing it on the design of the Xbox One. And I'm like, why? That makes no sense. Why are you bringing a new Xbox 360 onto the market when you have 5 months until your Xbox One is released? I don't understand that. And he says that it's gonna be sleeker, smaller, and as quiet as ever. My Xbox doesn't make any noise whatsoever. Like, I mean, maybe a low hum, but that's about it. I mean, I know it's quieter than your Xbox 360, Xbox One Skin Edition, or whatever you're going to call it. Xbox Slim, Slimmer, you know. What does that make the original Xbox 360, guys? Does that make Xbox 360 lard? Xbox 360 fat is no longer slim, it's fat now. And then you got Xbox 360 Slim. I think you should call it either Xbox 360 Slimmer or Xbox 360 Anorexia. Or anorexic, or whatever you guys want to call it. But the next Xbox 360 that they're going to be coming out is going to be even quieter, because actually I'm going to be making that Xbox 360. I was talking to Microsoft yesterday. I talked to them yesterday, and then 2 minutes before the conference, and I was saying, I come up with your new design for your new Xbox 360, and they said, we have a new one coming out. I said, well, I have a newer one for you. It's going to be quieter than ever, and it's going to be even more quiet than the one you have now, and it's non-existent. It's called the Xbox 360 non-existent. And what the Xbox 360 non-existent is it's like an invisible console, and so is the controller. And right now, I already have Transformers in there, and also downloaded Tomb Raider and all my other games on there. I'm gonna play that for you guys real quick, and you won't even hear me hit the buttons. Just in case you guys think I'm cheating, this is the old Xbox 360 controller. So yeah. All right. Game's over. 20-0 in Transformers. If you guys would like to see that footage, click nowhere. Just close your laptop and you'll be able to see the gameplay. Just close your laptop, turn your computer off, and you'll be able to see the 20-0 Transformers War for Cybertron content and where I go 20-0. So, yeah, that's my new Xbox 360. Xbox 360 non-existent. And I'll see you guys later. So until next time, Tech92's out. I'm just kidding, guys. I just wanted to screw around a little bit. All right. Anyway, so some games that caught my eye, I wrote them all down here. It's basically all the games, and I do think they are doing a pretty impressive job with these new games. For me, it's not selling the system because I still think the system is way too expensive. They're selling the system for $4.99. That's disgusting, because the original Xbox 360 was $3.99 when it first came out. I do think they should do a different packaging. Like, they should have the one with the Kinect, one without the Kinect. They don't need to involve the Kinect with the Xbox. Just get rid of it. Football punt it across the field or something like that, man, because we don't need the freaking Kinect. I don't care. Motion controls. Here's my motion controls, man. These are my motion controls, man. I just threw all my waters. Anyway, Jesus. Yeah, $4.99. It's gonna be like $500. So some of the games, I like Rise. Rise is a good game. It looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. It looks like it's gonna be like an RPG type game. It's gonna be a lot of well, I don't know. It's gonna be like, it looks like it's gonna be like a really long game, something like that. And the reason I like it is because it was talking about Son of Rome, and before that, in the trailer, they were talking about the gods, like the Greek gods and stuff like that, which I like that. I like the Greek. I like the god basis type stuff like that. It's interesting. I don't like believe in it, but I think it's interesting. Things like Thor and Odin and all those people, and Ra, and just stuff like that. Smite. That's why I like Smite, because it's got all those gods. I think it's cool. Um, But yeah, it looks like an interesting game, and it has a lot of quick time events, which hopefully it won't be like a quick time event for everything. Uh, Maybe you will be able to finish your opponents off without having to do a quick time event, which would be cool. Because like in Tomb Raider, how you have, you hit Y and you finish it with a rock or the combat axe, the climbing axe. I'm sorry. Um, and they have options. Like you have like 3 or 4 enemies around you, and it's like you're slashing them, and it's like hit X over here to take out this dude, hit B over here to take out the dude behind you, and then hit Y to hit the other dude after you, whatever. Um, Next game I saw was Sunset Overdrive, and it reminds me a lot of Borderlands artwork. That's really what it reminds me of when I first saw it. It looks like a really cool game. It's like a random Joe Schmo just running around shooting some zombies and stuff like that. Um, I don't really like survival horror games. I just kind of like, destruction. It's fun. Destruction. Uh, the dude's like flying around. He's like shooting the dudes in the face and all this other stuff. The next game, Quantum Break. Quantum Break looks pretty cool. I know I'm probably saying they all look pretty cool, but I like them for different reasons. They're just different games. Quantum Break looks like a fun game because it kind of looks like it's going to be like you're going to have to use your brain power, and it's going to be like a brain teaser whenever you're playing the game, because it looks like if you're going to be able to stop time at any point, you'll have to find out on how to go about this. You'll have to time it out perfectly or something like that. I don't know. But in the preview, they have the main character who was in a failed science experiment, and quantum represents time, break represents broken. Sorry, I burped. Ugh. He was in a failed science experiment to stop, like, for things like on how to stop time, but it has a few, nicks in it and kinks and all this other stuff. You got to work out the kinks in it, and they just never worked out the kinks. They just left it as is, and it starts to like it just fades away randomly. Like in the preview, how they had the ship in the Xbox One reveal, and the ship was here, then it appeared here. So in this, there is the main character and his partner. I guess they're agents or something like this, or whatever, CIA, something, special forces, I don't know. Just some undercover agent people looking like people. And there's this chick floating about to get exploded. She's about to like die, and he's like, he stops time, and she's like, you have 60 seconds. And he goes over there and he holds the lady's arm like this. And as he's holding her, he's bringing her into his time, not her time, which is real time, and it's slowed in his because he's in his own time period right now. So he brings her into a quicker time than normal time, and he's trying to get her out of there. Well, it starts to break because he's talking to her, and he's saying someone's trying to kill you, and there's this little thing floating in midair, and then it starts to it fades, and it does like one of those computer glitch things when it does this and then comes back together and starts to fall, and he gets her out of there and everything, and then it goes back into real time, and they're trying to race and get out of that building before everything kills them or something like that, which it looks like a pretty fun game. And hopefully we get more information throughout E3 on what the game is like on all these games, because they all look pretty interesting. Killer Instinct was another game that caught my eye, and I love Killer Instinct. I used to play Killer Instinct when I was a kid. Used to play it on the Super Nintendo. I sucked at fighting games because I was a kid. Didn't really know what I was doing, but it was fun to play. I love playing as Saberwolf, and Glacius, and that fire dude, who I can't remember right now. And that looks pretty cool. They're, putting it specifically on the Xbox One. No other system's going to have it. Which, for an old hardcore gamer, that might be something that'll probably sell the Xbox One to them for Killer Instinct, which is pretty cool. Personally, it's not really selling to me because, that price is what gets me. I'm like, that $500, dude. Can't really deal with it. So, I don't know. Hopefully it's different and everything. With the price, maybe it'll drop soon. After Christmas and stuff. Maybe for Christmas they'll do like one of those big bundle packs and everything for $500. and then later you can do some other stuff. Uh, I don't know if I talked about this, but for the new Xbox new Xbox 360, after they talked about that, they were talking about the current gold members and the new gold members that are to come. They're going to be getting 2 free downloads a month, and right now they're putting on the market Assassin's Creed 2, I think, and Halo 3. So it's going to be once a month you can do these 2 free downloads, which I think is pretty cool. All right. So, also on Killer Instinct, they were displaying the Twitch app that is going to be on Xbox 360 now. This lady said, "Go live now," and she went to Twitch and she started displaying it. I don't know how this is gonna work because a lot of people when they go on Twitch TV, and also Sony is using Ustream, and Xbox is, I guess they got an association with Twitch now, and Twitch is the more powerful competitor to Ustream. Like it's up here and then here's Ustream. So I think that's pretty cool. That was a nice move on their part. So people will be able to stream now. But I don't know how it's going to work. I watched DSP's reaction. He was talking about, in the chat section, there was people saying, this might not be able to have, money capabilities and ads for the partners, that might not be available, because you'll most probably be able to watch Twitch on there, and you'll be able to stream as well. But what if someone's watching on their Xbox? Will that be okay for the partners to where they do get paid? And we don't know that yet. We're gonna have to get more details as that goes along. Odds are probably not, but I do think it is cool that you can now stream on your Xbox. The next question is, how are you gonna be able to talk on there? If you just have to use the Kinect, then I'm gonna kill myself, because I don't care for the Kinect. I don't want this. I don't care. Because the mic on it, from what I've heard from people, the Kinect sucks. When people are talking, they like I'm like, what? Where? Go where? And I don't care about Kinect, and they just need to completely take it off. Sorry for getting on the rage about the Kinect, but maybe they'll do it to where you can use your headsets, where you can sit there with your Turtle Beaches and you can talk, and then people will be able to hear you as you're streaming. That'd be a cool thing to do. And I think they talked about maybe having like the chat and stuff, so you'll be able to chat, if you have your keyboard or if you just want to do whatever. So maybe that'll work. All right. Sorry this is dragging out, but the next thing was Curse of Brotherhood. Another new game, and this is going to be for probably a younger audience, it looks like. It's more of a cartoony type game where, this dude wishes his brother away. Then he regrets it right after it happens because this monster comes out, grabs the dude, and then his brother disappears, and he goes and he saves his brother. And it looks like it'll be a nice little fun game for all the younger audiences out there. A lot of people were saying it's like Limbo. I played a little bit of Limbo. I downloaded the demo, then deleted it right after. I played 2 minutes of it because I was like, nah, I just didn't really care for it. But it looks like a fun 2D side scroller. I probably just didn't give Limbo a chance. A lot of people love the game and stuff like that, and I like 2D side scrollers. It just didn't It didn't appeal to me at the time. But yeah, Curse of Brotherhood does look pretty nice for all the younger audiences, and probably for the older audiences too that want to do a 2D side scroller. Well, it's not even a 2D side; it's like a 3D side scroller. So yeah, my bad, guys. Let's see what else. Already talked about that. Crimson Dragon is a new game that's coming out. And when they did this, their audio failed. Like they didn't have any audio in it, which I thought was pretty stupid. They didn't even like try to stop it and then fix it or whatever. So yeah, that sucked. The game does look pretty cool. I do like mythical creatures like griffins and dragons and phoenixes and stuff like that. Those are cool. And it looks like it'll be a pretty interesting game. So if I do get an Xbox One, I'll probably pick up Crimson Dragon along with Killer Instinct and stuff like that. But I'd have to do more research on Rise, Sunset Overdrive, and Quantum Break, and all those other games that I talked about previously. So yeah, a lot of people were saying it is like this other game that they mentioned, because they were like, the same developers who brought you this game and that game, and I forgot what the games are right now. Comment below if you know what game is like Crimson Dragon from if you listen to the E3 Microsoft press conference. But they said it's a lot like that. It's same thing pretty much. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that. Um, Next thing they talked about was Dead Rising. And before I get into Dead Rising really quick, they did talk about Battlefield 4. And my Xbox decided to screw up right before he showed the trailer. And before he was trying to show the trailer, he was running into a lot of problems. The trailer just wouldn't show. And everybody was like being like, boo, boo. You hear like quiet boos. I don't know if you heard that, but they were going like, boo, boo. And they were giving quiet boos. And some people said, because when I watched DSP, when I was watching DSP's thing, him and the people in the chat were saying how dude was telling them to be quiet at one point and stuff like that, which it's kind of rude. Whatever, your stuff's not playing anyway. We can talk if we want. What I thought was really funny, and the reason I'm talking about this is because there was one dude. He was like, before the dude said this, he was like, "It's gonna play. I promise. We're gonna show this." And this guy in the crowd's like, no, 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 no. And I was like, I thought that was kind of funny just because he's like, haha, you suck and you're running out of problems. So for Dead Rising 3, it's the only really thing I want to talk about is really when I just started thinking about the smart glass. The other stuff I didn't really care about because I don't care about smart glass either. I just want my games. Smart glass is like really weird because they're trying to involve it in so much stuff. They're trying to involve it. At one point, they were like, oh, this is how far you are along in the game, and this is what your friends are doing, and all this other crap, and I don't care about it. If I want to know what my friends are doing, I'm just going to message them on Xbox. But they had an airstrike with Dead Rising 3, which I don't know how that works. Is that only on Smart Glass? You can only use this on Smart Glass when you have Smart Glass on your tablet or phone or whatever? I don't use Smart Glass. Who cares? But what they did was they had Smart Glass, and pretend this is the thing that has Smart Glass on it, and they were like, boom, and then they activated an airstrike in friggin' Dead Rising. So if you can do this at any point in time, can you just like, all right, I need to go on a mission, I need to find this gun, I need to make it all the way to this building. So you go in one building and you just activate your airstrike, wait until they're all dead, and then just run to the building, get the gun, activate another airstrike, and then just run all the way back. That's kind of cheap. That sucks. Last thing that we're going to talk about in this video, I'm going to try and speed it up a little bit. I'm sorry for this ongoing video. But, Titanfall. Titanfall looks like a pretty interesting game. This was the last game that was shown. And this is the one that it caught my eye. It also grabbed my attention, more than it just caught, caught my eye. I'm just like, oh, that's cool, But this, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. So it really fully had my attention. But for the other games like, Rise and Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, and all that other stuff, Killer Instinct grabbed my attention, obviously, and Curse of Brotherhood and Crimson Dragon kind of grabbed my attention. But for all of them, in order of grabbing my attention, it was Crimson Dragon, Killer Instinct, and the top one is Titanfall. It looks like a really cool game because one of my favorite games and the game that I love for PlayStation 2 that I played was called Armored Core. If you don't know what Armored Core is, you were in a mech, you were a Raven, and you fought. And it was really cool, really fun. And Titanfall is kind of like that, except, you can be either human and use guns, or you can use the Titan that you have. And at one point, the dude, froze the bullets, stopped them with a gravity gun or something like that. Stopped them and then just, sent them back flying. I thought that was pretty cool. And there's a lot of interesting things. You can be a human. You can jump on the mech, come in the back, get on the mech, and from behind, open the cockpit or something like that, and shoot the dude in there. Which I think is pretty cool. And if it's got multiplayer on it, which hopefully it does, you can do a lot more stuff in there. You'll maybe what you can do is you can start off as a human, go to the mech, or maybe you can just play as the human, or just specifically go in the mech and play the rest of the game as the mech. And if your mech breaks, you just go back and wait for it to respawn or something like that, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, guys, I'm glad they focus on games, which is really good. Hopefully we get some more information, but the games are really cool looking. I know if I do get an Xbox One, I will probably, the first game I will get is Titanfall, then followed by Crimson Dragon because I like mythical creatures and stuff like that, and Killer Instinct because I want to reminisce and stuff like that. And it's going to be a new Killer Instinct. It's going to be, you know, I guess a reboot or something like that, because it's got the enhanced graphics and it's just new fighting game. And it looks like a really fun, you know, I already know Killer Instinct was really, really fun, but now it's going to be really fun on the Xbox One and stuff like that, which, you know, I can't wait for that. Killer Instinct, amazingness. Crimson Dragon, I want more information on Crimson Dragon and Titanfall. So if you guys have any links to that, please leave it in the comment section below. Tell me what games you guys are looking forward to after hearing the the Xbox press conference. And if you guys, you know, if you guys are watching this now and you already saw the Sony press conference, tell me what games for what systems you're looking forward to more. Through all the C3 coverage and stuff, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys, you know, have seen that you want to see more of, or what are you waiting for, and stuff like that. But I'm sorry for rambling, guys. This is about it. So leave your comments below. Let me know everything on your feelings on this stuff, on everything E3 related. So, you know, also, what games are you guys looking forward to more? I already said this, but, you know, out of the picks of Rise, Son of Rome, Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, Killer Instinct, Curse of Brotherhood, Crimson Dragon, Smart Glass, Dead Rising 3, Battlefield 4, and Titanfall. I just said Smart Glass just because Smart Glass sucks. Which ones are you guys looking forward to most? I know for me it's Titanfall, Crimson Dragon, and Killer Instinct. But until next time, guys, see you guys later. Stay up to be with Beats Clan Live. Tech Night 2 is out.